What's going on, everybody? Doc Average Gamer, guys, and we are in the final episode of Hardcore for this season. So I'm going to use a little editing magic here. If you can't tell, still not feeling super great, but I wanted to record this and at least make sure I got kind of the capture of the season complete before I went and did some holiday traveling. If I get an opportunity, this video will be longer because I will use some of our gear, jump in some raids, just try to go have some fun during the pre-wipe. I'm hoping it is still going on when I'm able to get back. If not, this is going to go up as it is. So you may hear two different docs. You may hear the same one. I don't know. But let's jump in. We are kicking this recap off. Let's just talk about how we did. So overall, my gut feelings before I jump into any stats is I feel like this was a pretty dang successful season. This is our fourth season of Hardcore. I did not go back transparently and look at previous seasons. I should have done just to do a little side-by-side comparison. But I feel like there was some sticking points that we just did not necessarily run into this time, whether that be some items or certain quests. I feel like we had pretty good progression through a lot of the series. I felt like there were definitely some down moments where we just couldn't get anything going, but for the most part, I felt like every episode we were either grabbing some items, moving some things forward. I think some of the changes that we instituted with barter items, you know, a barter item in the pouch and some of the other things, I think were helpful. I also truly believe that just my flow of understanding tasks, kind of how to work hardcore a little bit, and honestly, luck plays so much into this that I feel like it was a pretty good, one of the better overall hardcore seasons that we've had. And luck, when I talk about luck, where is it at? It's around here somewhere. I mean, being able to get a dorm room marked key this wipe is insane. That's one of the, like, probably the biggest highlights, biggest like streamer moments, like streamer loot moments I've ever had. So that was awesome. But I feel like, again, we got decently lucky with keys. Senator's room, East 107. I mean, we had some keys to continue to make some really solid progress, which I'm happy about. And if we take a look at the stash, we're able to get it up to level 2. We've got a lot of gear. We always seem to do this with every hardcore run, where I stack up a ton of gear. I've got a lot of really solid guns. M1A, a couple of M4s, VSS, a couple of RFBs, Mark 17, a couple of SVDs. I mean, we've got gear on top of gear, and that just goes to build some confidence for me that I can, and maybe in the future, so next season, season 5, grab some of these guns and put them to use. Obviously, I'm somebody that believes strongly in the idea that I have to have like a complementary kit. Like, I don't want to run a nice M4 with no ears and 0 armor. I want to be able to stack that up, at least with a decent armor, you know, something else, a set of ears that can just be helpful and make us successful, and then continue to gear up from there. So I need to do better on that going forward. We've got 2 scav junk boxes. I think being able to buy containers was really smart. We've got these things basically full. We're sitting at 1.3 million rubles. Overall, it feels pretty good. So let's jump into stats really quick. We're sitting level 26. We did just shy of 100 raids. So this definitely is, I guess, kind of a shorter season from the perspective of raids. I'm pretty sure last season I hit over 100, but we got 56 survived, 57% survival rate. I think this is actually the same as my main account. 57% on a hardcore is insane. What's also insane is 8 survives in a row. That's incredible. So I'm very happy about those two. I feel like this is really good. Kind of lines up with my playstyle a little bit. But that's pretty good overall for the stats. 282 kills, 6.8 KD. I'm not super concerned about those statistics. That seems like a low amount of kills, but that's probably just in part to kind of trying to avoid some of the interaction. And I think that's obviously very smart in hardcore. So we'll keep scrolling here. We got Marauder, which is pretty interesting. Obviously, we're getting a lot from survives. We're getting a lot from probably looting is a good chunk of our experience, which I think is where that comes from. So that's nice. A lot of survival experience, though, you know, comparatively. So that's pretty cool. Get a decent amount from healing, too. Don't really care too much about that, but let's take a look at combat here really quickly. We ended up killing a total of 43 PMCs out of 239 scavs. That's lower than my normal. I would say on my main account, I'm usually like a 1/3, 2/3, or maybe slightly better PMCs to scavs, but it generally falls into that realm for me. This is obviously much lower than that. However, for a hardcore account, that actually feels pretty good. 43 PMCs, that's pretty solid. We killed 2 51 to 70s, which is pretty nuts. A decent amount in that 31 to 50 space, so it's not like we're taking down all Timmies, but we got a good amount of Timmies in there too, which is good. 265 meter shot is pretty cool. And bolt actions and marksman rifles were huge here. Assault carbines and assault rifles. This is probably mostly AKs here, I would think. Yeah, shotguns, a lot of shotguns, a lot of pistol kills, a lot more pistol kills on this than I would typically get, so that's pretty cool to see. We had some success getting some tasks complete, so 23 total. That's not too terrible. Some easies, some very easies, a lot of easies, a few mediums, and one very hard. I would have been curious to see. I don't think we'll ever know this, but I would love to know, like, after the quest was completed, how it's considered. Like, turn it in, get it complete, and then it tells you, hey, you just completed a very hard task. That'd be kind of cool. And 7 in a row, a lot of items to traders. That's pretty typical once we can start stacking things up, so that's pretty neat. Decent chunk of experience and rubles from that, so that definitely is a continued thing that we want to do there. And I'll just take a quick scroll through. Nothing crazy here stands out. Mods found, throwables. Again, overall, I feel pretty good with these statistics. Again, I think they are a much parsed down, because we had about close to 900 raids on our main account. So it's obviously a much more condensed version, but to have some similar-esque statistics to just a normal playthrough is pretty cool. I think that's a good measure. If you go and if you're interested in trying hardcore, maybe this wipe coming up or whatever the case may be, or getting another account, I feel like that's a decent goal to at least get started with if you're looking for something to measure against outside of like kind of the normal other hardcore rules and provisions and kind of goals. So skills wise, I like to just take a quick look at this again. About halfway through to 27, 9 endurance, 9 strength. It's really interesting that on hardcore you keep these two a lot closer. I will tell you, I blew through strength way faster than endurance, which I think was pretty normal for this wipe for most people. But the big reason for this ends up being is we run around naked a lot or without a ton of gear on, so endurance can essentially keep up for a lot of it. And then we kill something, we start gearing up, we grab some loot, and we get into the strength portion. So really good, successful raids. We're probably leveling these almost equally. You know, very dependent on situational, but that's why I think they're able to stay so close. We got health up to 8, vitality up to 2. Vitality always feels like a struggle. Same thing with stress resistance. Even though we die a lot, we don't get a lot of stress resistance points, which sucks. Metabolism up to 19, that's no surprise. Perception up to 9 is actually kind of a surprise. I would think this one would be a little bit lower, but we do a ton of looting. So that certainly helps. Same thing with attention being up there, pretty good. And then probably nothing too crazy here. Assault rifles up to 2. That's pretty interesting. I would have thought that would have been a little lower. Snipers up level 1. That's not bad. Recoil control. Search skill, mag drills. Nothing here really standing out too much. Hideout management. This just jumped up because of the event. So I don't know what we were at prior to that. So unfortunately, I can't really check that. And then task wise, we had a lot to do still. This one would have been difficult. Secured perimeter. Bunker, shady business. Just kind of take a look through here. We were definitely working on some things. Fishing gear was going to be a pain because we weren't successful in the first go. This is a must, I think, going forward. Just how hard SV98s are to get, or play more woods and prioritize the sniper scav and maybe try to pick a couple of these up. Could be a good tactic here in the future. Yeah, nothing else really standing out. I feel like we kind of got bogged down on Signal 1 a little bit. Not as much success on Shoreline as I would have liked this wipe. It being one of my favorite maps. Not as much success with farming as I have had in the past. I found graphics cards very, very quickly. I used to run a ton of interchange early, which I still think is a good tactic. So we might be going back to that, see if we can grab some of these GPUs. Shooterborn, we were able to get 1 kill. That's pretty cool. On Lighthouse, that last episode, that was super awesome, super fun. And nothing else really sticking out. Made some, not as much work as I would have liked to in Punisher. I'd like to get to this sooner if I can for future series. Just try to work through this a little bit better. The benefits of this with the bigger container don't really help us a whole ton, except we can bring more keys, which is obviously a good thing. So we want to look to do that, try to work through that. And then Tarkov shooter felt like it kind of bogged us down a little bit too. Just couldn't find the guns. So I think I got to prioritize maybe hanging on to these bolties a little bit better until we get some of this stuff opened up. All right, and then we will jump over to the hideout. So a quick run through here. A lot of stuff up to level 2. We just installed lavatory level 3. We had that rocking and rolling. I actually think I would have been able to do nutrition unit up to level 3 had I done it before the change to the beers. Unfortunately, we did not make that change. We did not have any beers to be able to do, but consider nutrition to 3. But security vents and stash to 2, generator. I feel like this is pretty good hideout progress, to be honest with you. Considering where we are as far as level, as far as traders, which we'll cover here in a second. Overall, this feels pretty good. A lot of stuff up to level 2. Just about everything, basically, except for Intel Center. Stash getting up to level 2 is big. And then we had at least 2 things to level 3. And probably we're on our way to a handful more. And unfortunately, we can't really check because of the current event. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty happy with this overall, honestly. Good progress. And my goal usually is get as far in the hideout as we can. I like to try to kind of prioritize getting to at least the Bitcoin farm. I think that's pretty interesting. I like that as a kind of a top end goal for the hideout. Also, being able to get the stash leveled up is really important as well. So trying to get this up to like 3, I think is also another really good kind of goal for your account, because that's a ton of money, ton of time, ton of energy. You got to do a lot. In this case, I could just get 3 beers and we'd be in business. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Definitely happy with that. And then one last look here. I just want to take a look at how we did from a trader perspective. So we got Prepare up to level 3. Very good. Therapist up to level 2. I think one thing holding her back is what? Trust Regain. Yeah, if we could get Trust Regain, we'd be up to level 3. So I feel like calling her level 3 is probably okay. Skier up to level 2. Not too bad. I would have liked to get a little bit more progress with him. We're pretty close, though. So handful, a little bit more time. I feel like we actually probably could have had some success maybe in getting him there. Actually, if we would have been able to do this and get 2 levels, we're there. So he is essentially level 3 as well. So top line level 3 is pretty good. Peacekeeper up to 2. That's honestly just selling enough stuff. We had a lot of work to go with him. Mechanic, we were definitely on our way, which feels really nice. We made a decent chunk into gunsmith. We had all of everything we needed for the MP5 with the exception of one trade. And I'm curious, we needed one tech manual, and that's actually done. So we're very close with that. That would have put us at gunsmith part 4, which I feel like is a pretty good progress there. Got deep into farming and a handful of other things here, so not too terrible. Could have been up to level 3 with a little bit more progress. Ragman here, being up to level 2, still a lot of work to do with him. Database, this documents is going to be such a difficult thing. I feel like prioritizing Ragman earlier is a smart thing to do to try to work through some of the quests, but he is also gate locked, and we'll see if there's any changes with this next wipe. He's also locked behind a pretty tough level barrier, and that slows progression down. So getting here earlier would be better. I think that's a good another tip to take away, because there's not a whole lot else we could do here. We really can't do anything until we get this, and I'm hoping a barter or something comes in the near future that makes this a little bit easier. We're almost there from a level perspective and money. The rep, very difficult. And last but not least, Mr. Yeager. We actually needed to do a lot for him, and I think the way to do it is to focus more on Tarkov shooter. It gives a decent amount of rep. A lot of the earlier ones are not super difficult to do, and then getting close range bolt action rifle kills, not too difficult for us on a hardcore. That's kind of where we want to be sometimes. So this is a good one to try to get to. So try to get to Tarkov shooter 3 early is a smart move. And a little bit of luck, we get some flash drives here. We spend a little bit more time in factory. We could probably knock some of those kills out, and then honestly we just get a trimmer and then hold it. We probably could have got that done too. So it's kind of one of those things, we just kind of dodged around some of his quests instead of going super hardcore at him outside of Tarkov shooter. And my voice is failing me at this point, so this is where I'm going to wrap it up. Let me know how you felt I did as far as this this hardcore series. Let me know if you have any ideas for this next hardcore. Again, I'm not sure if I will be doing some raids after this episode, but I do want to just say a couple of things up front. Hardcore season 5 definitely going to be coming. We are going to try our best and record very, very early on when the wipe happens. Now, with that being said, I'm probably going to stack up some content, get some episodes, get some things done. I got a new intro to get put together, so give me some time before those start coming up, but we'll get back into our rhythm. Escape series will also be coming, so be on the lookout for that, and then we'll try to post some fun stuff and some, early raids from our normal account to kind of bide you over with time, as well as anything newsworthy that comes out, or fun or interesting that we find, or good moments that we have on our main account. So stick with us, but season 5 is definitely on the way. Any feedback you have for the next season is much appreciated. Drop that in the comments down below. I want to continue to make these fun, interesting, engaging, and unique, instead of just grinding the same quests and running to the same 10 places all over the time and giving the same info, which I do a lot in this series because it is very repetitious. So I'll think about some different goals and some changes. The nice part is we'll have some different areas to explore. I want to spend some more time on Lighthouse in the next one, because I feel like that is a really good place for us to make some solid money, and honestly some gear. And I think we can get better at that, and I think hardcore could really shine if we find a good strategy for a few different things. So let me know. Love your feedback. If we jump into some raids, enjoy it, have fun. If we don't, we'll close it out here, and we'll see you in season 5. Thanks for watching. All right, so we found a way. We're jumping into some raids. This is a few days after I posted our recap video, or filmed the recap video rather. So we are in the thick of it when it comes to events here. And I am recording this right before the Streets trailer comes out. So scavs have GLs. My understanding is that the goons are here wearing Santa hats. Santa is here. We're just gonna try to run in, have some fun, use up some of our gear. I had this RFB on, so I'm gonna give it a go. I don't know if the goons are 100% spawn. I have not played hardly at all any of these events, so somebody's popping a GL off. I was thinking that these guys were inside stronghold here. I have like shit ammo too. I got a couple other weapon builds that'll be better. But I hope if you were watching this, you had a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate. If you've enjoyed yourself. Santa brought you lots of nice things. I want to go fight the goons, but I want a better weapon. And I feel like having a grenade launcher would be good. I also just don't want to get caught out. Like trying to run over there, you know? I haven't seen them though. But I think they've been spawning inside. Wait a minute. Not what I thought. Alright, let's just try to go. All our skills are leveling super fast. I don't remember if I have any grenades. Should have brought some grenades with me. So outgunned here. I don't hear them. Maybe they're not here? Hmm. I heard all the loot. So all the loot's been moved too. I believe it's stacked up. Okay, what was he looking at? He's looking at the loot. I had my chance, and I whiffed. I'm curious on your thoughts on these pre-wipe events. Never saw him. Good shot. He got us good there. I didn't even hit him, man. Rusty. Rusty. Alright, we loaded up an MP7 that we had. We're gonna try to go factory here and see if we can pick up a GL from a scavvy boy. Instead, we got GL'd. That... I thought that was a scav, to be honest with you. That was a close GL round. Good shot, friend. All right, we're gonna try factory again. We got an ump this time.
Вон он упырь! Вон он! Вон он! Вон он!
Taking a back up here. Some crazy shit going on over there. We're gonna top up here. I realized I swapped headphones. I was like, why is that so loud? Got these shit headphones on. So one thing I'm not looking forward to on Wipe is that these headphones will be everywhere, and the good ones won't be. That makes me sad. That makes me very sad. It's Santa. Is it actually Santa?
Живем, пацаны.
It's actually Santa. He's got a gazelle on. Thank you for the beer, Santa. Sorry. I wonder if that's Tagilla. I feel like I ruined that guy's fun, but don't really care. Look at the juice we just got. Are these headphones any better? No. They're not. Where's this guy's extra? Oh. Like, where's this dude's extra max? In his pocket? Well, well, well. Would you look at that? The old 416, eh? This guy had a failure to eject on this. Oh my god, the recoil. What? That is too funny.
Завалил его! Вон он, сука! Быстро! Давай, давай, давай! Вали, хуесота!
So happy I didn't get killed by that. Alright. We got one. Let's get the ammo and get the hell out of here.
Гнида!
You don't have one too, do you? I don't have a factory exit key, so this is awkward.
Сука ты, блядь, и упырь, блядь, гнида, блядь.
We just gotta try not to get GL'd by a different guy with a GL. I'm so fat. So many things. I feel like they gave the scavs pretty terrible accuracy, which is kind of nice.
Нет никого.
You know we're gonna go in and use this. Absolutely. Oh, good times. Good times. Yes, sir. Look at that. I kind of feel bad we killed Santa, but I also kind of don't. Oh, we got -1 for killing him. Oh, our poor scav rep that we don't care about. I'm glad we ran into him. That's pretty cool. All right, I would say that was a pretty good little loot haul there. And not that we need to keep any of this. The funny part is how did I grab that? With these beers, we could actually upgrade a whole bunch of stuff. Oh man, I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna use this Santa bag, and I think we'll take the GL and we'll run our 3 rounds that we got out of it. So we'll do that, and we'll finish it up. See you in the last raid. All right, last raid. Jumping in, GL time.
Вол бросай, быстро! Мать твою, а ну иди сюда, говно собачье. Решил ко мне лезть. Пацаны, окружаем его! Это что за хрень? Где его, сука, падла? Иди сюда, мерзавец!
Did he run out of here? I get a sense he's underneath. How does that not kill that guy? God dang it. I thought I hit him. I literally thought I hit him with this. I mean, maybe I did. Maybe, I don't know. Then they TT'd us. GG's. That's gonna wrap it up, folks. So again, had some, not really. I mean, getting the GL was pretty fun. We got a couple of kills there on that that one factory run, so that wasn't too bad overall. But hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you've been enjoying the events. Let me know what you think of pre-wipe down below. Like I said, I'm literally recording this right before the trailer is about to drop. So by the time you see this, we may be in wipe action, or it may just be a day or two away. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for all the support. I probably said this at the first part of this video, but lots more to come next season. Gonna be crazy. Super excited for it. So stick around. Thank you for all the support this year. And again, hopefully you had a Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Happy holidays if you celebrate other holidays. And if I don't see you, or you don't watch another video until the new year, have a great new year. And we'll see you in 2023. Peace.